Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Rob. Today we're going to be reviewing the Corsa Sport Exhaust for the 2015 Mustang, and in my opinion, this is the best exhaust you can get for the Mustang. All right, so let's start this up. Already sounds great. Let's get this going. All right, guys, so first off, you may be wondering, why the Corsa Sport? Why do I think this is the best one? Well, first off, these cars just don't sound too good with an H-pipe exhaust system. All right, so let's think about it. This isn't an old school motor. In my opinion, the 5.0 that the Mustangs have, nothing like the old school, American muscle motors. And due to that, it just doesn't respond right. You can put an H-pipe system in there, and maybe in the lower RPMs, you'll get a little bit of that old school rumble, that sort of classic, America growl. But here's the thing, as soon as you start going, as soon as you get above 3 to 4 RPMs, it's not going to sound as hot. Okay, it's going to sound pretty bad. And also, it's going to be a droney mess. Now, the Corsa does not sound like that at all. So the Corsa actually has a dual X-pipe. X-pipe does cause a bit more of a high-pitched sound, more of a raspy sound. Some people kind of liken it to more of that NASCAR high-performance sound. And I agree with that. But it really goes more with the motor that this car has and with the way everything fires off. And that's why, when I tell people, if you want a nice exhaust, pony up a little bit more and get the nice Corsa, because then you will not regret it at all. So how does this exhaust sound from inside the cabin? This exhaust sounds great. I'm cruising right now, let's see, 1.5 RPMs. No drone. You can hardly even tell it has an aftermarket exhaust, and I love that. All right, because that way you're not just wanting to just get out of the RPM zone because the drone is awful. My first car was a 1987 Supra. Now in that Supra, I had a MagnaFlow exhaust system, and that thing droned so bad that any kind of street driving was just awful. It sounded great, but that drone was just awful. That's why I really like having a system with basically zero drone. Right now we're getting to the freeway, and when we get there, you'll be able to also really hear how it sounds. I'm gonna gun it a little bit. For now though, here's a cold start, and you're gonna see it just sounds amazing on the cold start. And this is how it sounds going past. Now, I'm sorry I didn't have more sort of passing by sounds. Due to COVID, a lot of the spots I usually like to go to record exhaust sounds, they're closed. So we had to kind of find some kind of quieter streets, but there was always still the risk of cops, so I couldn't go too crazy about it. Just cruising right now, going a nice 35 miles per hour. Let me put the window down, you can hear it a little bit more. That is a sound that will always put a smile on your face. It just sounds so nice. It just sounds so powerful. And it sounds different. When you roll up with this and you step on it a bit, everyone's always looking like, oh wow, what's making that sound? And in a good way. All right, so we're getting to the freeway now. So let's open it up a little bit as soon as we get on there. All right, you guys, so we are now getting on the freeway. So let's open it up a bit. You can hear how this exhaust really sounds. Oh, this is perfect. Got the lineup of a century right here. All right, gonna go full throttle on it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. thing sounds great. I took that thing up to, and wow, see, I'm downshifting right now. Get that wonderful sound, wonderful pops. This is good. And once again, no drone. I'm going through all the RPMs, nothing. It's like if you don't even have the exhaust until you step on it. And then you're able to unleash that wonderful, wonderful sound, both for yourself and for everyone else around you. Or at least I hope they think it's wonderful, because I do. Here's a clip of it revving up a bit. I'm gonna be taking it just up through the RPMs and you can just hear it. So let's just roll that clip. Alright, you guys, let's do a quick overview on this exhaust, alright? So this is the Corsa Sport. Once again, this is a perfect sounding exhaust. It's not too loud. It sounds amazing. You're not going to get a lot of cop attention with this one. Corsa Extreme sounds great as well, but it is definitely louder, especially if you go headers and all those other exhaust bits. You will definitely gain looks from people you don't want looks from. I would definitely say the Corsa Sport should always be on your short list of exhausts to look at for your 2015 Mustang GT, especially because you get that pure Coyote motor sound, just amplified and with a lot more aggressiveness added onto it. This is not something you want to sleep on. This thing sounds amazing. Alright? There have been multiple new systems coming out over the years for this car. You know, this car has already been out for about 5 years. But guess what? Everybody still goes back to the Corsa Sport for a reason. Alright? With that being said, once again, brief overview, Corsa Sport, it's a buy. You need an exhaust for your Mustang, go for the Sport. Nothing of an H-pipe, you're gonna get drone. Look at this, no drone, can't even tell I have it on. This is perfect. I'm cruising at 2 RPM right now, going 75, and everything is going great. Get this exhaust, you won't regret it. This was Rob, have a good one, you guys.